Alright, Sumari's everybody out there. Excuse me. Damn. This is gonna be a quick video, guys, because I'm on a lunch break right now, and I wasn't planning to make this video, but I figured since I've been gone for a little bit, maybe a few weeks or something, I should just throw something up. And just to jump right into it. Yeah, man, sorry, throat's acting up. Shit's getting crazy over here. Look, some people sent me some messages, one of our brothers on Facebook, and basically he was asking me questions. He was telling me something about his brother that had got into some mess. Things happened, and he went to jail. He got arrested, and they don't know what he's looking at. Could face life, could face a death penalty. Sorry to hear that, man. You know who you are. I don't want to drop the name, but you know who you are when you see this. And people do things sometimes. He was telling me that his brother was, doing suicidal threats and things like that. You can't really, when a person wants to commit suicide, if a person's set on leaving this reality, there's nothing you can really do about it, man. And before everybody jumps on me and goes, oh, he's, advocating suicide. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, when people make decisions, when individuals make decisions, when entities make decisions in this reality, there's not really much that you can do to get them to change it, unless they want to change it, So it's like, people say, well, why do people do this? Why do people kill? Well, why do we do anything? It always comes down to, it's just something that we want to do at the moment. Now, we could argue and debate on whether that thing was ethical or not, morally correct, good or bad, things like that, but nobody really ever really know. And nobody knows why anyone does anything. It's like, why is the sky blue? Why are some people black? Why are some people white? Why don't dogs speak? It's like, that's just the way it is. And you can sit down and dwell on this for a lifetime, and maybe you'll come up with an answer that satisfies you. Maybe you'll never come up with anything. But the point is that I'm trying to make is that there's always going to be people making decisions, individuals making decisions that we just can't comprehend. So why would somebody go in and just suddenly shoot up a school? Why would somebody suddenly want to murder their girlfriend for no reason, and they supposedly had a happy life with no signs of stress during the relationship? It's like, well, you got to understand that we're dealing with a multi-dimensional reality, and personality is multi-dimensional. And that's one main point that a lot of individuals forget, is that, yeah, you have this life here, and you might be Joe Blow or Nancy, whoever, and that personality could shift at any time. I mean, yeah, you have your core character, which is in this reality, but you're also dealing with other realities, multiple realities simultaneous time. The mind is constantly fluctuating in and out, being influenced by other realities, being influenced by things that are in this reality. So it's very flexible. And depending on an individual's character, one new personality could easily just phase on in to this one, and that'll be the new character. Now, it's still the same person. It's still part of that individual's same entity, but from the standing point, from the view of other individuals who know that character, say for example, excuse me, I'm sorry. Example is like Joe Blow, for example. As Joe Blow, he'll seem like a stranger. People say, well, he's acting strange. Why is he doing this? Why is he dyeing his hair blonde now? Why is he wearing a dress? Why is she, whatever. But it's like, that's just because that's a new part of that portion of that person's entity that has decided to say hello. And it's popped in. And I'm not saying this to scare anybody, as if you could just phase out and something else would take over. It's still you. But sometimes these other personalities, they just tend to be more dominant. And if you're already leaning towards that direction, they can assume the character, assume the personality, and consume it. And that's the new you. So it's like, why would somebody become a psychopathic killer for no reason? I mean, yeah, I know some things, sometimes there's connections, but when you go into, oh, he had no history of violence, no history of this. Well, you're just looking at the physical. You're not really looking at what his individual thoughts are. He could pretend to be normal his whole life, and one day just say fuck it, and the real him will come out, and we'll all be going, oh no, this is nonsense. How could this happen? This is a disaster. There was no reason for him to do that. But you don't know what that individual's mental state was, or what they were going through mentally, because mental realities are no different from a physical reality. And I've talked about this many times, so that's one point. So as far as like people wanting to commit suicide and things like that, all my advice is, and this is just from my own opinion, multidimensional being to multidimensional being, all you could do is support them and try to assure them that there's more to life to enjoy here in this reality. But you could plead and plead and plead, and please don't do it, please don't do it, we love you, and that's good. You should do that, as much as possible. Reassure the person that it's unnecessary for them to do that. But at the same time, once an individual makes up their mind that they're going to do something, they're going to do it, regardless of how much talking you do. And I say this from experience. Like, nobody in my family has committed suicide, but I have individuals who have done things that were clearly just it's like, man, you really did that? You knew you were going to get caught doing that. There's no chance you were going to walk away from that. But they do it anyway. And prior to that, you say, don't do this. It's crazy. You're not going to get away with it. You shouldn't do this. Think about this person, that person. And they go, yeah, I know, you're right. All right, I finally get it. And then you turn your back, and next thing, oh, so-and-so got arrested. They're in jail. And it's like, all you can do is just support them and try to keep them positive, But, this message, the things that I talk about and the things that other individuals talk about on their videos, is not really for to run around preaching it like, this is the word, this is how it is. And you may feel that way, because it is how it is. Like all the things I've talked about in these past, I don't know, what is it, 71 videos or 72, something like that, they're all real for me. And they're real for me, but they're also real for other individuals out there. And for those who say this is bullshit, or I don't believe you, and they get angry, that's fine. That's just, you're not at this point right now. Some individuals come across this information and knowledge spontaneous because it's who we really are. Others get influenced by others, and then their memories get triggered. But basically, if you don't believe it, then you just don't believe it. And that's the whole point. Reality is all about belief. And some individuals have very unique beliefs, and they could range from the so-called spiritual, they could go multi-dimensional, they could become psychotic. That's just the reality that they're experiencing at that time. So, this person with their brother also asked me to go into detail about what happens after death and fearing the unknown, and this is why people don't want to die. I think I've gone into this like a lot, like not to downplay your request, like what you're asking, but I think I've gone into this many times already in other videos. I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself, but it is what it is, man. We live in a multi-dimensional reality, and that's it. If you don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it is for me. That's how it is for other individuals. But here's something for you to meditate on, right? Take into account all of the people. Hold on, am I blocking the mic? Oh, no. The way I'm holding the phone, I hope I didn't create a lot of static or anything. But basically, what's my train of thought? Oh, yeah. Think of all the individuals, right, who would say, this is nonsense, I don't believe you, this is bullshit. Because I hear it all the time. I'm used to it. But the people who say that, like, they haven't actually done anything. So you take this into account, right? For thousands of years, you have individuals who have come forth. Jesus Christ, the Buddhas, countless others. Those are just two names, the popular names that are on the blackboard right now. But there's been just infinite amount of people and individuals in this reality, and others that have come forth, brought this knowledge, and they all pretty much are saying the same shit. We live in a multi-dimensional reality. The reality that we think is real is not real, and we can do things. We have abilities that transcend the physical, and you can transcend the physical by doing these things. And they put it forth. It could be there's countless amount of techniques, ranging from meditation to sensory deprivation, even with pain. You know, some people use pain as a way to transcend the physical, and that's fine. You know, it's like whatever gets you to where you're trying to go. But the point is, regardless of the technique, regardless of the style, or however you get to this point, once individuals get to that point, they all pretty much come back with the same information. So you have a countless number of individuals who are all pretty much saying the same shit. This reality is not real. It's physical, but there's like all these other realities. You can transcend the physical. You can go out of body. You have dream states, imagination. It's all connected. And they keep saying the same thing over and over again. And if you look at some ancient texts, you'll find the same thing. If you can work through the status quos of those times, and you could pretty much generally find the same deal of information. You take that, so who are you going to believe? It's like you're going to have a countless number of individuals who all done meditation. They've done all these things and have said, this is what I've come to. People who've never met each other, individuals who are in different timelines, individuals who never heard of any of these techniques and they just happen to come across it by themselves, all coming to the same conclusion, versus some individual who has done nothing. They've never meditated. They never read any ancient text. I'm not saying you have to read ancient text, but that's one way of getting the juices flowing. But it's like they've done absolutely nothing. They picked up a fucking science book, they quote Darwin, and Darwin said this, and survival of the fittest, and all this bullshit, and then they tell you that that's nonsense. What you're saying is not real. It can't be true because Darwin didn't say it. Einstein's theory of relativity doesn't coincide with what you're talking about. So they're just quoting other individuals who are outdated already. I'm not trying to put these cats down, but they're already outdated. Time has moved on, as it does. And individuals move on, individuals advance, consciousness is constantly expanding. So if you're still stuck on Darwinism, survival of the fittest, Einstein's theory of relativity, you're fucked, because those theories have been way past due. So who do you listen to? You're going to listen to the people, the individuals who are actually doing things and have actually come into this experience and are telling you, listen, this is not from book knowledge, this is what I'm experiencing right now, versus someone who's done nothing and they're quoting some outdated information from philosophers or scientists or psychologists and psychotherapists, all these people who are great in their times, but the information is dead. So it's really up to you, man. It's like what it comes down to. Now, like I said, it's going to be a short video, so I got to get back. I got like 10 more minutes. But check this out, right? All right, before I continue, I just want to give a shout out real quick too. There's another brother of ours. He calls himself Sumari. Shout out to you, much love. He's been giving me love in all his videos, shout outs and everything. So I feel it's only right that I throw him some love. And whoever watches my videos, give him a check out too on YouTube. He's just starting out. He's only got 10 videos, so be kind. But he's also a Sumari. I have to give him love because he's the only one. Well, as far as I know, there's only 2 of us out here. Coming to you, bringing it to you like it is. And like I said, you don't have to be a Sumari. Many of you are not Sumari. This is just how we get down. This is what we're a part of, and it goes a lot deeper than just saying, I'm a Sumari. Like, this is, I can't even get into that, man, but it's just something all in itself. But I'm a Sumari, and he's a Sumari, and he's come forward, and through his own, experiences, he's come to terms that is what he is, and hey, more power to him. And we're dropping his knowledge. And maybe more Sumari will pop up at the time. But like I said, that the names are not important. Like, you don't even have to get into all that. Information is what it is, and that's where we go wrong. Some people might watch a video and go, I'm not a Sumari, I don't believe in that. He said he's a Sumari, I'm not a Sumari, I'm a and then you lose the knowledge. So I get excited, fucking cameras moving all around this shit. But what I'm trying to say is, don't get caught up in the names, man. It's just a name. at the end of the day, we all know, those of us who are really in the know, that consciousness has no name. The Sumari is just something that we use as a term of identification in this physical reality. Technically, or actually, we don't even have names. We're nameless in terms of existence. But anyway, yeah, give him some love. Akatili Sumari, AKATILES Sumari, SUMARI. Look that up. If you have trouble, just look at any of my recent videos, and he probably has commented on them. He has commented on it. You can see the correct spelling, but I think I spelled it right. Much love to you, brother. Keep dropping your videos. Damn, man, are my lips chapped? I'm gonna be looking like Ashy Johnson over here and shit. Anyway, yeah, keep dropping your knowledge. And like I said, he only has 10 videos up, but it's all right. You know, his knowledge is just knowledge, you know. And so far, he hasn't said anything that I disagree with. He's giving it to you just how I would give it to you. But yeah, give him some love, subscribe to him, drop some comments on him, and you know, that's what it's all about, you know. Because like, yeah, I've been in this. I don't want to say I've been in the game for a long time, but I've been doing this for a few years now. I don't know, maybe 3, 4, who knows? But he's just made his videos recently, and it's like when he makes videos, I inspired him. I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying he watched me make videos, and then now he's making his videos, and that's good. But the thing what I'm trying to say is, he makes his videos, I watch his videos, right? And when he talks about stuff, he makes comments that make me think, and I go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make a video about what he's talking about there. And he watches mine, and I give him ideas, and he watches me, and he goes, okay, yeah, I like what he said there. I'm gonna further, you know, reiterate and get deeper into that. So that's what it's all about, man, dropping knowledge. When you drop the knowledge, when you put it out there, and it's real, people just know on an intuitive level. They're gonna know this is how it is, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like when I watch his videos, he'll say something that would trigger something that I forgot to say in the last video, something that I've been wanting to talk about and that slipped my mind. And I just go, okay, yeah, mental no, I gotta talk about that too. Or go deeper into what he's talking about. And same vice versa. So anyway, shout out to your brother, much love, keep it going. And Sumari to everybody out there. Now wait a minute, that's not the end of the video, guys. Come on, I still got like 10 minutes. Well, I said 10 minutes ago. I don't know, whatever, I got time. Fuck it. Now look, now I might have something in my teeth. I just finished eating lunch. Deal with it. Now yo, so, all right. So to recap, fear of the unknown, there's always gonna be an unknown. It doesn't matter. You know, you can't get caught up on all the fear of the unknown, what's going to happen when we die. What's not going to happen when you die is that there's going to be nothing there. There's always something going on. There's always an unknown reality going on around us. You'll never know everything. Like I said in past video, there is no omnipotence, knowing all. If that's the case, there'll be no purpose to anything. And since we have the free will to make things, you give things a purpose, that means creativity is constantly happening. Because creativity is constantly happening, that means there's always something new that's going to come along, which means you'll never know everything. So there's always going to be an unknown reality. So you don't think about fear, man. Fear in the unknown and all this shit, man. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. Like I said in the past, you get one solid, you only need one solid experience. I'm holding my finger up, you can say, you only need one. You only need one solid experience to put you on the right track. And I may have said this in the past, but it's true. You can't keep doubling back. You know, you have a solid experience, you wake up, you write it down in your little dream journal or your out-of-body journal or whatever journal, and then at that time it feels good. Yeah, I'm in the game, man. I'm deep, spiritual now. I got this knowledge. And then you go to work and your boss screams at you, oh, this is all fucking bullshit. Crazy ass Sumari said dark arts and his nonsense. Sumari dark arts garbage. You know, you can't think like that, man. You gotta you get one solid experience. That's why, like, for example, the other night, check it, right? I'm laying on the couch and was looking at TV, and I'll show that to you another time. I can't get into that, but I was working on this puzzle, right? And I bought this puzzle, this cube, and because when I saw it, I had no interest in it, but when it popped up, I saw on the internet, you know, I thought, yeah, that's gonna work some stuff going on in my consciousness levels, because it reminds me of some of the Sumari writings. I haven't even gotten into that yet. I don't know if y'all ready for that yet. Are y'all ready for that? The ancient language? I don't know. I might have to make another video on that. I don't even know if I did make a video on that, but yeah, man, you know there's an ancient language out there. Some of us speak it. Some of you do speak it, but you just don't remember it. But there is a language that will expand your mind further, and that's a whole video on sound, man. That's deep. That's some deep shit. But yo, so I'm laying down. I just finished working on this puzzle, knowing that it was gonna affect my consciousness. So at some point, I closed my eyes, and I wasn't asleep. I wasn't asleep at all. And the moment I closed my eyes, there was another room that I was looking into. And this is not new. Like, I've done this a lot of times, but it just hasn't happened past few weeks. So I closed my eyes, and I was looking into another room. And of course, this is natural for me, so there's no panicking. So I'm like, all right, cool, where am I right now? And once I closed my eyes and I could see into this other room, that's stage one. Stage two is now I'm going to project myself, my conscious, into this room so that I can move around and stuff. So it's kind of interesting to know, like, these rooms, like, I think it's only been a few times where I actually, like, I saw the room behind my closed eyes. Remember what I'm saying, like, I'm wide awake. My eyes are closed, but there's another room on the other side. I think only, like, one time I actually, like, projected into that actual room, and I looked around. There was some documents on the table that I was going through. But other time, it's like, it's kind of like a, how do I say? It's like a pre-stop before I project out of myself into other realities. So it's kind of like, say, like a pit stop or something like that. You know, it's like this other room, and there's never anyone in it. And then from there, I jump into it, and then it connects me into this other reality. But anyway, I'll get into that in another video. So, went into this other reality, full-blown, wide awake, and I was conscious the moment I crossed over. And I was like, all right. So when I got to the other side, there was this woman singing to me. She was playing the piano. She had on a nice long dress, and she had a beautiful voice, and she was singing to me about reality. And it was this song that she was singing about power. It was a beautiful song too, and she was singing about power and how we use power. But it was like this beautiful song she was putting out by playing the piano. And I was like, yeah. And I joined in with her and started singing along. I don't know how the hell I knew the words of the song. But I was singing along with her, which, that's an interesting point. Even though I just laughed, look at that. She was already singing a song. She started to play it, and then I joined in with her singing a song, and I knew all the lyrics to it at that moment. I just knew it. So as this is going down, I'm like, oh shit. Another interesting point of consciousness. Like I said in the last videos, once you enter these other realities, it doesn't matter if you consciously just entered there. You already know, once you enter, you already know what's going on. You already have the information of what's going on. So it doesn't matter if I'm consciously aware at that moment. Whatever was happening previously and before that and afterwards, I'm like caught up to speed. So it was like, all right, yeah, let me sing this song with you, baby. I started singing a song too. And as I was singing it, I was manipulating the reality I was in with telekinesis. I was moving things around. I was changing things with hand motions and affecting the reality around me. And it was beautiful, man. You know, it was beautiful. But my point of telling you this little side story is that while I was there, I was fully aware that, all right, well, yeah, I'm laying on the sofa right now. This other person's in the next room. I'm having this reality shift right now. And it's real. You know, there's no doubt about it. This is 100% real. That's how it is. But I'm just giving this for you guys to think like that. For me, there's no even, I don't question it anymore. It's just, that's how it is. But, so I'm moving all these things around, and then I bounced back. Now, I remember when I went in, I crossed over, it was exactly midnight, because the alarm had went off at midnight, and this person had told me goodnight, and then they went to bed. And then when all this happened, as soon as I opened my eyes, when I returned, it was exactly 1 a.m. on the dot. And so that means within the span of 1 hour, I had crossed over into this other reality, and I was doing all this stuff in that time span. So yeah, physical world time, 1 hour. Other reality time was much longer. It was a long dream sequence that many things were happening. So once again, time moves very differently on the other side. Has no connection whatsoever to any time frame on this side. 5 minutes of physical reality time could be, 10 hours on the other side, or years. So just a side mental note to think about. Don't try to find connections between physical real time and non-physical time, because there's no correlation. It just moves differently. You can have years worth of experience in a mere moments. But anyway, where was I? But yeah, so yeah, you just have to know. That's what I was saying. One solid experience is all you need to not fear the unknown. You have the experience, it was real, that's it. Then you go further into your studies and see what else you could how far your abilities could go. Now, really quick, another brother of ours sent me this mail about when he does his meditation, he gets to a certain level where he feels that, you know, he can't go any further, or he gets sleepy and he starts yawning. Don't worry about that, man. You're gonna break through that. Like, that's just natural stuff. You know, you're pushing your mind deeper than you've ever gone before, and that's the whole point. You always gotta go deeper. That's one of my, if I could pat myself on the back for a minute right now, that's one of my strong points. Is I've always gone deep, like with everything. You know, it's like when they say, "Oh, you can't do that. Oh, this is crazy." I've always done more. Now that could be bad, but just for me, nothing's happened to me yet. But I've always gone overboard with shit, and that's why I've always succeeded. Like with things that I wanted to do. You know, when they said meditate for 30 minutes, you gotta meditate for 30 minutes. Just to get the feeling. All right, 5 hours. So you got to meditate for an hour just so you could go deeper. That means 8 hours. I've always gone deeper. You know, whatever it is, I'm going to just do deeper, you know, because I believe that I have the ability to push myself past the limits. And there are no limits. So it's like you always have to go deeper than, you know, what you want to do. Matter of fact, we're going to try something new today. Let me see. We're going to walk and I'm going to record. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not like there's anything exciting. I'm going to walk and record. Y'all could get a little view of Japan, what's going on. Because I got to get back to the office. Anyway. So, yeah, man. You always got to go deep, man. You always got to go deeper than what is, you know, whatever your level you think it is at, man. Because if you go deeper, you have to break all barriers of reality, you know. That's why people can't really progress to the levels that they think they could get to. I know everybody's looking at me, what the fuck is that guy doing? Anyway, that's why people can't progress, man. You know, they get to a certain point, and then they say, "Oh no, I got tired. Oh, I fell asleep." I'm not bashing you, brother, who told me the story. I'm just using an example, you know, of other people I've spoken to, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, I've got tired. Oh, I just can't do it. Oh, this stuff." Nah, man, fuck all that. You push. This is what I'm trying to say. Whenever you think that you've gone far enough, you haven't. And that's basically how it is. Anytime you think that you've gone far, oh, this is the farthest I can go. Yeah, I'm breaking new ground. When you think that you've reached your limit and that's the farthest you can go and you can't go any further, guess what? That's when you really push harder and you go even deeper and deeper and deeper. You must break the laws of this reality. You must break all concepts of limitations. There are no limitations. Now, this brother of ours also asks about what are the limitations of physical reality. Now, he already knows the answer to that, so he doesn't need to ask me. And he answered it himself, I believe. But yes, we talked about this in the past. There are limitations. I said in the last video. You're in physical reality. So there's some things that you just are not going to be able to do. Sorry, shit, the camera's messed up. Some things you're not going to be able to do. I'll cut this way. Less spectators. Anyway, there's always going to be things that you can't do, but you should know this already now. You know you're not going to fly. You know you're not going to levitate shit. You know you're not going to turn into giant monsters. You're not going to do any of this stuff, man. That's just Hollywood. He brought up Doctor Strange. He asked me if I saw the Doctor Strange movie. And he said, yeah, it has a lot of truth in it. Of course, a lot of Hollywood bullshit. True indeed. Doctor Strange, you know, you watch it, and they touch into all this stuff about, you know, nature, reality, there's a multiverse and all that. And that's what Hollywood does. Hollywood will tell you all this shit about, you know, that's not really shit, but like they'll drop hints on you to make you think. And you'd be like, that sounds deep. And then they'll switch and be like, but if he doesn't do this, it's gonna destroy the whole world. You are like that's all the Hollywood shit. So you have to watch things with the viewpoint of, yeah, I'm watching this movie, that's bullshit, but that's some truth right there. And you have to like pull the little kernels of truth out of it. But yeah, man, multiverse, other realities, time travel, dream states, imagination, the gods, all these things, man. It's all connected. Drop this little bit on you real quick. I got time? Oh shit, I don't have time. Start class in a few minutes. Anyway, I'll just drop on this, right? The gods. Why don't the gods actually, why do they always operate out of this reality, right? Think about it. They're always making demands, requests. Oh, you must offer this, you must offer that. You know, you have to give your belief. We want sacrifice. I'm going back in history now to when these things were the reality at those times, right? And even now, some people still have these ideas. But why is it they never bring their asses into this reality? Think about it. If they're so powerful, if the devil is so powerful, Satan or whatever you believe in, if these characters are so powerful, why don't they actually come here? Why do they make all these demands from a distance? And they need like bodies to act these things out for them. It's really simple. Because once they come over here, they're going to be just like us. Powerless. Not powerless in the sense that we don't have power. Powerless in the sense of the things that they can do in the other realms that we can do as well. They can't act it out over here. So powerful entities indeed, but hardly indestructible. They come here, they are basically vulnerable to all the things that we are open to as well. So just something to think about, man. If you're in that state where you feel you're getting some entities controlling you or trying to make you do things you don't want to do, remember, there's nothing to fear. But at the same time, that is just other portions of yourself fighting over dominance. And I told you about that already early on in this beginning of the video. Why do people do things? Why do people become killers? Why do people suddenly get crazy? It's very simple. It's all about other multi-dimensional parts of your own character trying to get dominance out and dominance over you. And you have to be stronger, the stronger personality at all times. Going up the stairs now. But I gotta finish this video. I'll get back at y'all. I know it's kind of rant video, like I said. I just put on the camera. But yeah, we'll get back to it in a little bit. Sumari to everybody out there. Check out our brother Sumari. And that's it. Much love. See y'all later. About to go teach a class. Peace.